All right. Hey guys. Thank you for those of you who could join us live, and then for those of you who listen into the recording. I know I had to switch around our team Zoom call this month. We only have one this month because of leadership at the beginning of the month and then Thanksgiving. So we're going to make this one really good, really important. But yeah, I had to switch it from Thursday because I just got an email that Sammy needs to have an extra dance rehearsal for her Christmas show in a couple weeks. So I was like, So instead of trying to rush it before that tomorrow, I figured we would, get it going here tonight. So thank you guys for joining us. There are two topics I want to talk about tonight. One of them is just your mindset and your energy, and kind of just really talk on that topic for a few minutes. And then I want to go into Instagram a little bit. And I don't have like a screen share thing planned for Instagram, only because we use it from here, from our phones. So it's going to be hard for me to do that. So I'm going to explain and then show the best I can through the camera. Just a couple tips for you guys to kind of get used to Instagram as you're building your business and kind of getting used to that piece of it. So first and foremost, what we do, as coaches in our challenge group, as customers, is just focus on, bringing everybody else's energy up, right? And so a great example of this is our current Team Passion All Access Challenge group. Everybody's energy is amazing. Everybody's feeling great. Everybody's, just cheering each other on, and the energy is contagious. So more and more people are posting. As Carrie had asked me yesterday, she said, when you first started tracking, how many people posted? And I said, I think like 50. I remember when I first started tracking them, I think the first page was about 50 people. And then, we easily got it up to 87, 88 within a week or two. And now, we're pushing 100. So that, to me, shows that the energy of the group is working. And what happens when you focus on so much on your energy and your mindset is you focus on raising the frequency, or the vibration, they call it, like that brings everybody else around you up. And so if you're down and you're portraying that, everybody around you is going to be down. So we focus so much on, it has to come from within, and that self-motivation and that self-energy. So, tonight the girls, every Wednesday night, and we've got to shift this. Every Wednesday night when the girls get in the car together and I take them to dance, they fight. And it's an every Wednesday thing. And I'm like, Sammy got in the car today. I was like, hey, we're going to have a great car ride to dance. Nobody's going to fight. Everything's going to go really well. I said it with a big smile, with a big happy face. It did not happen. And I never, 5% of the time, swear in front of my children, and I threw an F-bomb at them. And that's literally, I've probably said the F word in their 11 years and 7 years of life 3 times. So number 3 was tonight. And so then Sammy's energy's down. The rest of Ella's able to bring herself back out. She cried it out. And then she's like, okay, what's next? She was fine. But now Sammy, the rest of the night, she was like, had this powder on her face, was going into class like that. And I'm like, oh, she's going to have a shitty next 90 minutes, And so I was trying to talk to her. I'm like, listen, come on, have a great class, and just trying to raise that energy for her as much as I can do. But she has to bring that internal energy back up. And everybody's happy now. Homework's done. They've eaten, and everybody's happy. But that piece is so important because it comes from within. So I've been starting to share this a lot in the challenge group. If you're constantly saying things, and this was me 6 months ago or 5 months ago, oh, I hate cardio. Oh, I hate leg day. Oh, I hate abs. Oh, and it's okay to say, be like, oh, this is such a challenge, but we've got to just watch our words, first of all, how they come across on social media. But, imagine if I started the day with, oh my God, it's cardio day, blah, everybody else would be like, oh, cardio, right? And so we have to embrace the suck, right? Whatever it is that we're struggling with, we've got to kind of embrace it and move on from it. And so know that we're going to get stronger. Yes, cardio day is hard because it's not many of our strengths, or some people love that high intensity, so that's like their favorite thing to do, and maybe abs are their least favorite thing to do. So whatever it is, we just have to watch words, because everybody else in the group is going to feed off of that energy, even though it's words typed, and even though it's something in social media. There's just a way to say things, right? Like that's the key. And one of the things I love about Team Passion in general, not just the challenge group, but all of the coaches and the team pages, from the very beginning, it's not tolerated that people speak negatively. It's just not. And I don't even have to say it anymore. People just know when they come into our new groups, oh, okay, this is how we behave. Like people just know that that's how it's supposed to work. So it's not like, the first few years in this business, I had to announce, stop it. Like, you can't speak like this. Like, yes, you can, I would rather you private message me if you're having a challenge with coach relations or customer service or Beachbody on Demand or what, don't bring the energy of the entire page down because something isn't working for you. Message me and I will help you fix it type stuff. I actually, the first vacation I ever went on, Lauren had to message me, and she's like, oh my God, 6 people just posted something so negative. It was right when I left, and they knew I got on a plane. It was oh, now I can come in and complain. And I was like, what? And I had to delete all the comments, and actually removed someone from the page, and then she badmouthed me all over social media. I was the worst Beachbody coach ever, whatever. But it's that's not tolerated. This is our team. This is our house. You are not allowed to speak like that in here. I don't care if you're upset or something's challenging or you don't like something. There's a way to say it. There's a way to do it. And so I truly appreciate what it's like now. It took us a couple of years to get here, but now it's when new people come in, I don't even have to say anything, right? And so watching your energy, raising the frequency of your vibration. If your energy's down, that's where your personal development needs to be focused on. So finding meditation type people that can help raise the frequency of your vibration, and just Oprah has some great YouTube videos with people who talk about this and talk about the energy piece. But it's all going to come from within, and it's all going to come from you getting better. And I truly believe the product of the product is what's going to get you there. Falling in love with the journey, falling in love with the process, falling in love with yourself, regardless of where you are in your journey, is going to bring that up. If you're not working out every day, or at least 5 to 6 days a week, that's when you're going to start feeling down. You're going to start feeling depressed, and you're going to start feeling upset, and so journaling, paying attention to kind of all of those types of things will bring you back to where you need to be. Does that all make sense? Does anyone have anything they want to add to that? I mean, I know you guys have witnessed my energy from 2016 to my energy now, and you're all, because I get private messages gosh, yes, thank you, and it's finally, and I feel good that I'm back. It was a rough year emotionally for me, and I guess I had to go through all of that to get here. And so know that whatever you're going through is leading you to a new place, and you just have to, keep that idea in your mind that it's all going to come from within, internal motivation on getting yourself where you need to be, so that everybody else comes up to your level. You don't want to go down to, okay, let's be in the pity party world, right? You want everyone to come up to where you are. That's the goal, right? Anything that anyone wants to add? Unmute and add or chat or whatever. All right, cool. So we know that YouTube channels, podcasts, having the Audible app. I just downloaded that today. Yay, me, finally. um, doing, all of your personal development and is gonna help you get here. And then whatever else, other tools you need to plug into to get you to this energy place. But celebrating your little wins are gonna be huge too. Like celebrating nothing, having nothing to do with the scale, but just celebrating the fact that, you said no to that piece of cake and you had an apple instead. Or, a lot of people post about that in the group. I didn't have dessert today. And it's like, yes, like we want to help everybody celebrate that and get everybody's energy up, because it's just makes such a big difference, because then we're rewarding more of the behavior that we want to see, right? So they're gonna skip the dessert again the next time, so that they can tell us and they can get lots of praise, right? Like, so just watching that happen, has been great in the page. So keep celebrating those little wins, because that's gonna gain the confidence that you have to start sharing your story more, to start taking this outside of our challenge group, to start taking it to social media, to start not being afraid to be the one at Thanksgiving next week eating the, more of the salad and less of the potatoes, or knowing that your family is probably going to say, is that all you're going to have? Oh, you're not going to go up for second? Like, and they're just going to do it because they need to make themselves feel better, right? And so by you're just going to be confident and go, yeah, I don't really need any more, and then just move on. Like, there's no need to argue. There's no need to defend yourself. You're just going to get to this point where you're just so confident in what you're doing that it doesn't really matter. I just kind of thought of a story. Sammy's, someone at the dance studio, she only needs, she's tiny. She's been tiny her entire life, but she's struggling with like 10 pounds that she gained since the recital. And, she feels so comfortable talking to me about it. She always comes and talks to me about it because she feels if she talks to other people, they look at her and they're like, really? You don't need to lose any weight. Look at me. Like, type it, so they're projecting their insecurities on her. But she just, like, every time I'm there, she, like, flocks to me and is like, this is what I ate this week. This is what I did. Like, and she just, and I love that. And I love that I can give her that, because it doesn't matter. It's her journey. It's her struggles. It's her confidence that she needs to get better at. And so that's okay. And so for you to have that energy, people are just going to want to come to you, and they're just going to want to be around you. And then that's going to grow your business, and it's going to be your people. One of the things I want to talk about on Instagram tonight, I was saying to Mark, this weekend I made some sort of post, and I got like, my followers went from like 1,950 to like 1,980. And then on Monday morning, I'm like, oh, I'm back down to like 1959. I'm like, what? I was like, a weekend fling? What happened? And Mark's like, what it is it's probably a lot of people who want to sell you something. So they get excited for that post that they saw. They're like, oh my God, this person's going to be amazing on my team. And then they go look at your thing and they're like, oh crap. And they unfollow you, So we have to remember things like that. Like, don't freak out if you lose all of these people on social media, because the same thing's happening. So I'm posting a ton on my personal page, my NLJ Fitness Like page, and my Nicole L. Jones Instagram. And I'm at Success Club 10. I've converted 4 customers to coaches this week. I'm feeling amazing. I'm having so much success, but I'm losing friends and followers by the day. Like, even my personal page, people are just, you have to be okay with that. I'm just embracing that. Okay, they're not my tribe. They don't want to see this stuff. That's fine. Like, Renee had her lovely lovely hater this week. So perfect. That's great that she did that, because now she knows that she doesn't need to be, she's not her tribe, and she doesn't want her in her team or in her life or giving her any of that energy. Here's where that energy comes in again. And so luckily, Renee was able to just get over it, where maybe a year ago it would have lingered, right? And you would have stopped posting your workout videos for a few days. Yeah. So getting to that point is huge, and it's freeing. It's so freeing. So what I want you to think about when you're posting on social media, I'm going to specifically talk about Instagram. is you talking to that one person. You're not trying, this is how I used to look at my like page. Oh my God, everybody has to like me when they first come to my page. Like that was my, and I got so focused on that. Like I was so focused on making sure I was making a first impression on everybody. And so I was frozen on my social media because I was like, I don't know what to post. What if these people don't like me? And Mark was like, you know, you don't need everybody to like you. Or I would listen to a personal development mentor and I'm like, okay, I'm literally talking to moms who are age 35 to 44 who are looking to get their life back, who have, you know, 2 to 3 children, who are happily married, who, you know, whatever. And remember, when you're creating your avatar, it's going to be someone just like you, but that doesn't mean 100% of your team is you. There's still going to be probably 90% of your team will be you, but there's still going to be a 10% group of people that aren't your complete avatar but are amazing, or are your avatar but you don't think they are, right? Like, or they're part of your tribe in a way that you wouldn't think they would be, but deep down you have very many things in common. You know what I mean? But on the surface you don't. So I'm not saying I'm only looking for moms. I'm only, you know what I mean? But that's who the majority of the people I'm talking to. I can inspire other people as well, and that's totally all good. So does that all make sense? Yes. Cool. Okay. So Instagram. So like I said, I can't share my screen because everything is pretty much done on, you know, Instagram here, right? Let me just play around for a minute. Okay. With lighting to see what you're going to be able to see. There's Mark. Let me play around with these lights. I'm going to guess one of them is going to be, I think it's this one above me. But I can explain it too. It's not a big deal. So if you guys go to my Nicole Jones Instagram page on your app, so it's not gonna work. But it's Nicole Jones. It's Nicole.L.Jones. You don't have to follow me. You can, because I'm all public, so you can see everything. So from your computer, I think the easiest way to do your profile and add in all those little emojis is kind of from your computer, the way that Mark did it. He recently did this bit.ly like bio thing, because he copied Haley and Barbie. So you can kind of take a look at that, but it's just a shortened link. And it's like a Google Doc, so you don't have to buy anything like Word, what the heck's the name of that thing? I don't know. But like an email collector, you don't have to buy it. It's literally a Google Doc, so you can kind of play around with that. But everything that you post in your bio, so it says wife, mom of 2 girls, fitness coach, dog lover, motivator, business mentor. Those are the things. The one thing it doesn't say is Disney lover. But those are the things, whatever you're putting up there, those are the things you want to post about every day. So if someone goes to your Instagram account and sees all those things about you, that's what they expect from you. So keep that in mind when you're posting. When you look at my page, so for a while, and I got to get back there, if you look at my page, like the first column to the left is all videos, and then the middle column is like workout stuff, and then the last column is the dogs, food, personal development quotes, things like that. I've gone a little off track recently, but that's kind of how I wanted to get the page to look like have a theme. Some people create their own graphics and have like the same exact background when they do a personal development quote, and that ends up being one column. So just kind of look around at a bunch of popular Instagram accounts and see kind of what you want it to look like. But that was my plan with this account, was to like have everything kind of look uniformly and cover everything in that little profile. So your videos are less than a minute. I'm not sure if everyone knows that. Your videos that you post on Instagram have to be less than a minute. I play around with my hashtags. I put them in notes in my phone, and then I copy and paste different ones at different times, just to see kind of what works. Like right now I'm adding in Thanksgiving, I'm adding in holiday season, you know, I'm adding in just different things like that. But your hashtags should be kind of all about you and not, and have a little bit to do with that post, but don't hashtag 21 Day Fix, you know, Beachbody, Carl Deichler, like don't Autumn Calibrate, like don't hashtag all that stuff, because then coaches are just gonna find you. And so the hardest thing that I'm finding with Instagram, and it's getting a little easier, is that's the thing, like everybody that starts following me wants to sell me something or is already in the business. And so trying to find those few avatars in there, it's working, but it's a few and far between. So make sure, just be patient with that, and make sure your hashtags kind of match, you know, who you are. And there, what's the hashtag limit now? Like 30, I think 30. Yeah. Okay. So that's kind of that. So you can kind of get an idea yourself on what's going to work there. Haley recommends to find a filter and always have your picture have that filter on it. I downloaded Snapseed about 3 weeks to a month ago to try to find my filter. I play around with 2 or 3 of them. I haven't fallen in love with one yet. But I tried to do the one she did, and you had to pay to unlock more. And so I Googled top 10 photo app filters on Instagram, and Snapseed was like number 2. So I downloaded that, and it's very easy. You just like you open it and you take your camera roll and you drop the picture in, and then you pick which filter. I can do it, anybody can do it. Because the other one, I was like, I have no idea what I'm doing. So that's kind of something that you want to do there. And then one of the other things that you want to get really consistent at is those Insta stories. So if you click the home button, there's stories at the top, and you come up first. If you've already done a story within the past 24 hours, you hold down your picture and it says add to your story. And then that's how you add. And so what's being recommended out there right now is for you to do 8 stories a day. So I'm still trying to find my way with these stories, meaning some of mine are so stupid, but I feel like, oh crap, I need to do a story. You can story pictures. So there's lots of different ways to do this. So the first thing here is your camera roll. So I did an Insta story right before we, got on here, because Monica reminded me that about the poll option. But I dropped a picture of my salad into an Insta story, and then asked people if they like feta on their salad, like just to do something. And so yeah, you can drop a picture in there. And when you do that, so I didn't know how to do a poll. I Googled like how to do a poll on Instagram. It's basically one of the stickers at the top. So when you do your story, so you can drop a picture in, you can, if you swipe down through all of the options, there's a hands-free option all the way at the end. So this is how I do my Insta stories with my video. I set it up either leaning up against something or on the tripod, and there's a hands-free option, and you click it, and it goes, or you hold it, and it goes 3, 2, 1, and then it'll start. Okay, so you don't always have to, you don't have to hold the button. There's a hands-free option, okay? And then it does the 60 seconds of your story. You can talk in them. You don't have to talk in them. I recently started talking in them. I didn't talk in them forever. Mark's always like, why are your Insta stories all silent? I'm like, I don't know, am I supposed to talk? He's like, yes. So then I went to like Haley's and I was like, does she invite in them? What does she do? You know, so I went and kind of did that. And then once you're done, you have the options pop up at the top, stickers or text. And so you can write in the text. And so when you click a sticker, there's a poll option. And so you click that, you ask the question. It's a yes or no. I did the funniest thing last week. I did, because I'm new at this poll thing. I was like, I thought I could just ask a question and people could answer it, but it's literally only yes or no. And I had a dark and a medium coffee. And I was like, do you like dark or do you like medium? And I was talking in it. And then afterwards, I'm like, oh my God, they can't answer me. The question is either yes or no. So luckily it's only up for 24 hours. But then my next story right after that was, oh my God, duh, poll fail, so sorry, what an idiot, you know, whatever. So you just make fun of yourself, things like that. And then after they answer the poll, so after I do all of my stories and things go on throughout the day, this is where I get most of my play, like not on my posts. This is where most of the people are watching me. Down at the bottom, it tells you who's watched your video. And so you click on that, it brings all the people up, and then you can literally message. You can message them, you can follow them, you can do whatever you want. But it tells you who watched your story. You get a private message notification if people comment on your story. Oh, you can? Monica. Monica said I can change the poll to any question. It doesn't have to be yes or no. See? All right, I got to play around with that. So yeah, so you look and see, you can see who answered the poll, who answered yes, who answered no. Everybody's name kind of pops up and you can click right on them and you can send them. It's way easier to send direct messages on Instagram now than it was like a year ago. I was like, I didn't know how to do it. So you go to your home page and there's a little triangle thing up at the top and you click that and that's how you direct message everyone. Okay, it's like up at the top there. Can't see. And so that's a lot easier to do now. And the way to watch an Insta story is literally click on it and then it says that you've watched it. So you don't have to click like, you don't, I was like, why people, you know, how do I know people are watching it? They're just watching it. They just watch through it. So does that make sense? So you want to be doing 8 a day, do the polls, do the hashtags, you can add your location, you know, just play around with the stickers. You can talk in it, you can, you know, walk around just holding the button, you know, just do like your first day or two of Insta stories are just gonna be silly. Like it's total, like I Insta story the dog snoring, what I'm watching on TV, if, you know, Mark's the girls playing, whatever. I just I do my workout, when I'm making my recovery shake, I just kind of Insta story your whole day. So Jatana Jackson is another good Beachbody coach to kind of, you don't have to follow her, but you can just watch her. She's public, and so you can watch her stories and what she does and use all the different features. And then like Andrea had reminded me before, the stories at the top, sometimes there'll be one right at the top from Instagram and it'll say new, you know, we just added a new feature, and so watch the video on whatever new feature they you know, what they're doing there. So yeah, so that's kind of what I wanted to focus on. So Renee's doing it as we're speaking. she just selfied Insta story, did something with Pippi. So that's, I think, where on Instagram you're going to get your most play is in the Insta stories and being able to private message the people. And, you know, when you private message them, you just want to say something like, oh my gosh, thank you. You know, thank you so much for watching my stories. you know, thanks for all the love is usually kind of all I say. And then once they message me back, I'll say, oh, do you work out or whatever. And then I go and comment and like on a bunch of their stuff so that they know that I'm watching them and that I'm liking them and things like that. So cool. Does anyone have anything to add? So you can change the poll answers, as Monica said. Yes, Renee. You're muted. Let me unmute. Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
One thing that is really good, I noticed today, I did my sort of location is my living room, my gym, and that attaches my location, Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. And I just noticed that the post I did, it's like a little workout move, that got like 47 views. So it actually put that post in the Shrewsbury, Massachusetts, I guess Instagram, maybe their account, or I'm not quite sure, but it went in that story. So my stuff is showing up in Shrewsbury, Massachusetts. So 47 people, when you tag with a location, you tend to get more people that look at it.
Yeah.
And hashtags too.
Awesome.
Yeah, when you go to somebody's page or their, Instagram feed,
Yep.
or if you go and you search something, so if you're on there, so for instance, I posted something about how I put my Christmas tree up already, and I hashtagged Christmas tree, and within that I received like 15 viewers for that hashtag. So if you like search the hashtag of like Christmas tree, for example, there's a little circle at the top of that. If you click that, that's everybody's story who has used that hashtag.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
if you like, workouts or Monday motivation, there's like a little circle under that when you search it.
Yeah.
And everybody who uses that in the story sees it. And same with location. The only thing with location, I personally don't ever post exactly where I am, just for my own, I don't want people to know I live exactly where I live. I'll use like a surrounding city.
Yep.
That's my personal preference.
Yep. Cool. Awesome. Anything else? All right, cool. So yeah, I think it's just helpful for people, it's using Instagram, using a new social media tool, you just gotta Google, you gotta say, how do I do this on Instagram? How do I do that? And you'll get great training videos on how to do it. But I do think it gets, I was having a really hard time embracing it just because it's changed, it's different. I'm used to Facebook. But now I'm having so much fun learning it and, just really sharing that piece of it. So don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of change. And your energy will come across more in your stories than just posts. Your personality, so people will be able to kind of know who you are and want to, be a part of what you're doing. So cool. All right, well, thank you guys for joining us. Sorry about the last minute switch, but I appreciate that you guys hopped on and hung out with me for 40 minutes. So have an amazing night. Let's keep rocking it in all of our groups and sharing all of our tips, and we'll see you guys online. Good night, guys.